Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, so it is time for my weekly weigh-in and the weekly meeting topic. Excuse my appearance, we have been outside all morning and it is hot here in Jersey and I was doing some manual labor, so a little bit toasty. So we'll start right away with the weigh-in. I was a little pleasantly surprised. I really thought I was going to stay the same or have a very small gain, and I didn't. I had a very small loss. I lost 0.2, so kind of like staying the same, but I'll take it. It's not a gain. So really focused this week. I've got to watch my weekends. I used to be, for 3 years, I was so good on weekends. They were just another day. And now all of a sudden I'm getting a little bit lax on the weekends. So that's one thing I need to work on and I need to reel in, and I definitely will do that. It's what you gotta do. You gotta identify what the problem is. Once you identify it, you can work on it. And that has definitely been my weakness the last couple weeks. So not this coming weekend. We're gonna be ironclad. So we'll see how that works. On to the weekly meeting topic. It is discover your change identity. It says, are you ready to make some improvements in your life, but don't know where to start, or if you should start at all? Discovering your change identity, otherwise known as how you respond to life adjustments, is the first step in helping you inch closer to your goals. Better yet, we've come up with a handy and informative quiz to help you discover exactly where you are, where you and change stand. So they give a little quiz. They tell you to choose the answers that best speak to you. Question number 1 is, when deciding what health and wellness change to make, A, you have no problem. B, you find it a little challenging. Or C, indecisive is my middle name. So you have to decide which one is you. I'm pretty much A. I have no problem. When I decide to do something, I do it. Number 2, once you decide what change you want to make, do you A, always do it, even if it takes a few tries, sometimes follow through, or C, I just can't seem to make it work? You know my answer. A, I always do it even if it takes a few tries, because I am very competitive with myself. If I set a goal or I set some sort of end game, I'm going to work towards that. Number 3, when I face an unexpected change, I adapt, even if it requires a bit of effort. B, I can sometimes adjust, or C, I tend to have a hard time acclimating. Once again, I'm going to pretty much go with A. I can adapt, even if it takes some effort. So it says, are you ready to make a change? That quiz should help. If you get mostly A's, when faced with change, remember how you've dealt with it in the past, leveraging your strength of embracing change. You've managed before, you can do it again. You tend to like change and you will face it head on. If you have mostly B answers, you're solidly in the middle. Can you recall a time when you felt good about making or dealing with a change? What factors made you feel confident? What happened when you were less confident? And compare the two. The next time you struggle with change, lean on these successful tools. Mostly C's. Okay, so embracing change is not your thing. Shift your narrative by thinking of a time when you did well with change. What worked? What didn't? How did you grow from that? The more you recognize the changes that you've embraced, the more likely you'll be able to do it again. The way we identify with change impacts our ability to embrace it. If you don't believe you can embrace change, you'll be less likely to reach your goals or respond productively when things occur that are behind your control. That's why it's useful to understand your change identity from the quiz. So once you know that, you can shift from a fixed mindset. Remember, we talked about this before, where you say you can't do it, this is how it is, this is what it is, you can't change, to a growth mindset when you're ready to embrace it and say, you know what, I can do this. So they want you to embrace change. It's not easy. It's not, especially when it comes to weight loss. Most of us that need a weight loss journey have been overweight for a long time. We are used to eating whatever we want. Sorry, I was outside, like I said, all day and working in the garden, so I am so itchy. We're used to having whatever we want, whenever we want, because we never cared about our weight. We never cared about calories or points or health or anything. We just did what we wanted to do. And I think changing your eating habits and changing your eating style is one of the hardest things that you will ever do. One of the biggest changes you will ever make. And if you're not the type of person to grab the bull by the horns, then don't try to do it with this. Work gradually. Work towards it. You know, a big change for us recently was going to mostly, we're not perfect, but mostly whole foods. It hasn't been easy. Nope. It's getting easier, but it hasn't been easy, especially like if I'm grocery shopping, I'll see something, I'll go, oh, that looks really good, let me grab it. And I've made it a point now to always turn it over and look at the ingredients. If there's more than a couple ingredients, I put it right back. I don't even bother reading them. You know, there's certain ingredients I look for, and if it's in that, I put it right back and just remind myself that we are making this change for the betterment of our health and for our bodies. And luckily, that gets me through. That said, we are not perfect with it. And knowing that I can bend a little bit or treat a little bit, having that mindset makes me do better. You know, like I've said before, I've said this 100 times, I'm never giving up my orange queso cheese that has a list of ingredients this long. I do not eat it every day. I don't even think I eat it every week now. But there are certain things we like to drizzle a little bit on our taco. We like to have our smothered queso chicken for dinner. And that's okay. Change does not have to be about such strictness that everything has to be 100%. It doesn't. It would be great if it was. But you know what? I can't live my life like that. Just like with the WW plan. One of the reasons that we switched to Whole Foods was because I knew I cannot live on light butter the rest of my life. I like real butter. I could not live on fat-free Cool Whip because I don't like it. I was using it for, you know, a long time in my journey. I don't like it. I don't like the ingredients that are in it. I don't like the mouthfeel of it. If you like it, that's great. I just didn't. I grew up on heavy whipped cream, you know, heavy whipping cream, whipped cream. And we've gone back to that, and I will just eat less of it. It's what works for me. It's the changes that we've made, and we've embraced those changes. Think about the kind of changes you need to make and how you will embrace them. Do you need to get moving more? Do you need to exercise more? That is a huge change, not only for weight loss, but also for just health, especially women. You need exercise. You need to get that heart rate up to build that heart. Our heart is your biggest muscle. You need to exercise it. And I know everybody loves their steps, and you know, I've hit 10,000 steps, I've hit this and that. You need to exercise your heart. Hitting 10,000 steps, walking around your house is not going to do that. You need to raise your heart rate a little bit. I'm not telling you to go out and run a marathon. I'm not telling you to go for a 3-mile jog. Just try to do something cardio to get your heart rate up, to exercise your heart. But once again, it's something that you need to embrace, something you need to do. I'm not telling you to go out there and run a mile or 2 miles or even a 1/4 mile. Start small. With any change, sometimes we have to start small. We start small with changes in our food. We start small with changes in our exercise. We start small with changes in our life. And that's okay because we build on that. If you start small and start adding to it and adding to it, it does make it much, much easier. Unless you're a crazy woman like me who jumps in with, 2 feet at the same time and just goes all in. But some people have those personalities. And I'm not one for doing stuff slow or doing stuff small, but you might be, and that's okay. Everyone is different. Not everyone fits into the box. I am a square peg trying to fit into a round hole, and I know that. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to do things your own way. And it's okay to take change slowly. But if there's something you have to change, then you're going to have to do it, whether it's slowly or quickly. And for most of us who are on a weight loss journey, it is changing our eating habits. It is reducing our portion sizes. It is reducing how many times a day we eat. It is reducing mindless eating and mindless snacking. It's replacing some of our favorites with something that's comparable, but maybe a little healthier for us, or maybe a little less points. There are things I won't give up. Pure maple syrup, I'm not giving it up. It's a lot of points. I use less. But for me and my journey, it's worth it to spend points on a teaspoon or 2 of pure maple syrup than a whole cup of sugar-free syrup, because it's just how I feel. Once again, you like sugar-free syrup, you're okay with it, then you do it your way. Don't let anybody ever tell you you are wrong for doing it that way. I certainly never will. I don't expect everybody to eat the same way I do, and I don't want people to expect me to eat the way they do. That makes sense? Embrace your change. Embrace your change. Don't change because so-and-so on YouTube is changing, or so-and-so on Instagram is doing something different. If it's not you, don't do it, because it's not going to last. It's not. So you have to do what's right for you. You have to make those changes that are right for you. So stop and think about what you want to change. Have you ever tried to change it before? What went right and what went wrong? And then try to adjust. And that's all I have for you. Kind of went a little off their topic. Let's see what the recipe of the week is this week, because I didn't even look yet. And the winner is, it's loading. Grilled romaine with Caesar dressing. Oh, we make this all the time. If you have never grilled a head of romaine, you are missing out. Oh my goodness. I take a whole head of romaine hearts, cut it in half, brush some olive oil on it, salt, pepper, whatever you like, and put that puppy down on a hot grill. It is so, so good. It gives it such a neat flavor. And then I have a homemade Caesar dressing on my website. I'll try to remember to link it below if you want to check that out. It's pretty good. And this is grilled romaine with Caesar dressing. Oh, sorry. That's what mine look like. It is 2 points on all plans for a half a romaine heart and a tablespoon of dressing and 2 teaspoons of cheese. And they make their own dressing also. They use olive oil, lemon juice, mayonnaise, Worcestershire sauce, garlic, pepper. Kind of like mine. I think I use Greek yogurt in mine too. So anyway, give it a try. If you have not had grilled romaine salad, definitely give it a try. It is fantastic. So that is the topic. That is the recipe, and we can do this. We can change. We know we have to. We know we have to. I know I have to change my weekend habits. They used to be good. I changed them for the bad. So now I need to change them back. And this really helped me this week. Think about that, and I am going to work on it. It's just another day. That is what I need to tell myself. It doesn't matter that those 2 days start with an S. They're just another day. Doesn't matter that everybody's home. It's just another day. And I will be successful on the weekends. I know that. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to hit that subscribe button. I put out several videos a week. I do menu plan every Friday. I do some what I eats. I do day in the life, because I am a whole lot more than my weight loss journey. So you can live a regular life and still be on a weight loss journey. Not everything has to be focused on this 24/7, because you know what? You're going to drive yourself nuts if it is. Right? Right. So have a fantastic day. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how your week went. Let me know how your weigh-in went. And I will talk to you all in my next video.